to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Well, it's happening, Ebro. We've been waiting for this for so long. It's actually been like 2 years.
Yeah.
But both sides are laying out what happened the night that Megan The Stallion was allegedly shot in the foot or in her feet by Tory Lanez. Now, prosecutors kicked things off on Monday, claiming that Tory fired 5 shots the evening of July 12, 2020, striking Megan in both feet. Claiming Tory was set off after an argument with Megan when she insulted him and sarcastically calling him a beautiful artist. And according to the prosecution, Tory's text messages after the fact admitting being too drunk and apologizing profusely, they're using that as evidence. Tory Lanez's defense strategy is going to be Kelsey, which is Megan The Stallion's best friend, who was also in the car.
Best friend.
Excuse me, former best friend, who was also in the car that night. They're saying that Kelsey fired the gun, not him. Now, Tory's attorney told the jury that it was really Megan and Kelsey who were arguing with each other, and it was jealousy fueled. He's painting this whole thing that it was just, a jealousy fueled fight, and that Tory and Megan had a sexual relationship, something that Megan's denied in interviews, and suggested that Kelsey was mad because Meg had a history of stealing boyfriends. I don't know if you heard, but the baby was thrown in there. Ben Simmons was thrown in there.
Ben Simmons out here shooting off the court. On the court, not so much. Off the court, Ben Simmons out here putting up points, man.
He posted something on Instagram, just a clip of, I think it was Rick Ross saying, that false allegations. So he's claiming that he has nothing to do with it. But, Tory's lawyers are saying that Megan had her back turned when the gun went off, so she couldn't possibly know who fired. So there's a Rolling Stone news reporter, Nancy Dillon, who's been tweeting about this whole case. She said that Tory Lanez and Kelsey Nicole both tested positive for gunshot residue. So, and yes, she also reiterated that Tory's defense is planning to say Kelsey could have discharged the gun that shot Megan.
Well, and it's also, I think it's interesting that Tory's team is saying that Megan's back was turned, so she wouldn't know who actually shot the gun.
Right.
I think in all of this, noise, it's going to be tough to stay focused on the real issue at hand, which is, did Tory shoot the gun or not? And can they prove that Tory had an intent to harm Megan Thee Stallion? Because the charges that they have against Tory Lanez, some, I think, obviously, he got busted. He already got busted with the gun. He already got charged with that. But that doesn't mean that he actually discharged the gun. And Tory's defense is going to try to discredit Megan Thee Stallion, which is obviously talking about her sex partners and,
Right.
allegedly this and stealing boyfriends, which doesn't really have anything to do with being shot at.
No, it doesn't.
It has nothing to do with being shot at.
They're just trying to discredit her.
I don't understand this trial still fundamentally, though. I don't understand how it wouldn't have been clear who did it, even if you didn't see it. Like, for example, if it was this Kelsey person that did it, wouldn't Tory have been like, "Oh my God, what the hell?" and immediately been like, "Yo, I know we were fighting, but this is insane."
What you're saying, I think, is where Megan is. She's not confused. Megan hasn't been confused. Remember, Megan was quiet for a month. There was a month of speculation after the incident happened before Megan went on Instagram and said, Tory Lanez shot me. And at the time, remember, everybody was saying, well, Tory's fans are picking on her, and she felt like Tory's team was, coming after her on social media, and she said that she wanted to be quiet, and then after a while was like, nah, I ain't going to be quiet no more. That's the information that we got as outsiders. Mm-hmm. So in this trial, it'll still be about, can they prove that Tory Lanez actually did it? Because there's 2 people with gun residue on their hands.
And then they said the motive for 2 people.
Right. And they setting the motive for 2 people.
That's what the whole
That's
thing,
the defense causing confusion.
That's the whole thing that
Right.
with them bringing up everything else that happened that has nothing to do with it. It's them setting a
Right.
motive for Kelsey.
That's right.
I also like stepping back. If indeed Kelsey was the one who shot Megan, right? Mm-hmm. To me, I always thought like, well, Tory has more to lose than any of them. Well, not any of them than Kelsey. He's the star. He's the one that's facing all these years in prison. He could
And
possibly get
deportation.
deported
right.
over this, which is huge. You know what I mean? And so if she did it, wouldn't Tory be quick to be like, I didn't shoot, it was her?
Right.
From the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Because
That's what
so
I'm saying.
much to lose.
Well, we still have yet to. Well, we can all speculate, but we have to watch all this play out. I think, I found it interesting that Ben Simmons felt the need to say that this didn't happen between him and Megan, because he doesn't have to say that.
Yeah.
Because you had sex with a rapper, so what? You know what I'm saying? That's not a crime. And Kelsey, according to Rasan Bascom, I did read this. Thank you, Rasan, for this note. Kelsey's supposed to be testifying on behalf of the prosecution.
Oh, right, of course.
Against Tory Lanez.
Right.
Kylie Jenner is also supposed to be testifying, but I don't know if that's for the defense or if that's for the prosecution.
Yo, man, this whole thing is so messy.
Then there's an LAPD officer who they're also going to try to discredit because he was recently fired for, I think, like some sort of spousal abuse against his wife. But he interviewed domestic violence. He interviewed Megan The Stallion, I think, 2 times, of which she told him, and he's supposed to be testifying for the prosecution also. But they're going to try to discredit him because he recently got released from his job as a Los Angeles police officer. And then the real issue is, why is none of this on television?
Facts.
I know.
It's a movie.
Yo,
Let's get to the real story here.
and another thing that interested me, you mentioned Ben Simmons. I want to see if this lines up. When did Ben Simmons start being not a good player and this whole situation happened? Does this line up?
Fact, yo. When did he not take that layup in the playoffs?
Right.
And basically his whole career unraveled with the Sixers.
Right. Is this lining up?
That could be close. And by the way, there's another layer of messiness there. When you think about the fact that Ben Simmons was with Kendall Jenner, they were all hanging out with Kylie
Oh,
Jenner.
God. This is
This is a lot of mess.
But still, why does Ben Simmons have to say it didn't happen right now?
because he don't want anyone to be involved with that. He doesn't want to be involved.
The best way to be involved would be to say nothing, though.
Right.
Or maybe because he feels like, no, that's not true.
Or maybe
that
they-
wasn't
Well,
it.
no, but the fact that it's not true doesn't help the defense, who's just trying to cause chaos. So clearly, Ben Simmons is like, yo, that ain't, why y'all bringing me into it? It didn't happen.
Right.